In the dead of night, blood-curdling screams ripped through the quiet village of Green Valley. Farmers woke up to empty pens and terrifying silence. Livestock was vanishing without a trace. No footprints. No blood. Just nothing. The villagers were terrified. "It's a monster," they whispered. That's when the heroic rescue team arrived. Led by Captain Raj Singh, a tough ex-army officer, the 5-member team included Dr. Meera Sharma, the medic, young tracker Vikram, equipment expert Carlos, their most important member Bruno, a brave and loyal German shepherd. Early morning on day 1, the team stood at the edge of the forbidden darkwood forest. Thick fog hung between the giant trees like ghosts. Captain Raj looked at his worried team and said, "Whatever is out there, we're bringing our animals home. Let's move." The giant tracks. The deeper they walked, the darker the jungle became. Strange sounds echoed everywhere, low hisses, cracking branches, and heavy sliding noises. Bruno suddenly stopped. His ears shot up. He growled loudly and started digging in the wet mud. "Captain, look at this!" Vikram shouted. Everyone gathered around. In the mud were massive snake tracks wider than a man's leg and stretching over 15 meters long. The team froze. Dr. Meera whispered, "This isn't an ordinary python. This is a giant." Bruno barked urgently and pulled on his leash, leading them further inside. After 20 tense minutes, they heard a weak baa, baa, the cry of a frightened sheep. They ran toward the sound and found a small white sheep trapped in thick vines, injured and shaking with fear. But the horror wasn't over. Right behind the sheep lay a huge, motionless German shepherd. It was Bruno's own brother, named Max. He was alive but badly hurt, with deep bite marks on his side. The team quickly treated both animals. "We have to get them out fast," Captain Raj ordered. Terror strikes as they prepared to leave. The ground started shaking. Trees swayed violently. A loud, deep hiss filled the air, so powerful it made their chests vibrate. Suddenly, the giant python appeared. It was a monster over 25 feet long and thicker than a tree trunk, with shiny black and brown scales. Its cold yellow eyes glowed with hunger. The python had been hunting in this forest for months, growing bigger by eating everything it could catch. "Run!" Carlos yelled. But the snake was faster. It shot forward like lightning and wrapped its powerful body around Max, the injured German shepherd. The dog howled in pain. The sheep cried desperately. Bruno went wild. He broke free from his leash and attacked the python's tail, biting hard. The giant snake hissed in anger and swung its massive body, throwing Bruno against a tree. The team opened fire with tranquilizer darts, but the python's thick skin made them almost useless. The situation looked hopeless. The brave fight Captain Raj made a quick decision. "We fight smart, not hard." Vikram distracted. Carlos, "Rope." Meera, "Protect the animals." Vikram threw stones and shouted to draw the snake's attention. The python turned its giant head toward him. In that second, Carlos threw a strong rope around the snake's neck while Captain Raj and Bruno attacked together. Bruno fought like a true hero. He jumped on the python's head and bit its eye, forcing the monster to loosen its grip on Max. Dr. Meera quickly pulled the injured German shepherd and the sheep to safety. The python was furious. It thrashed, wildly, smashing small trees. One swing knocked Captain Raj down. The snake opened its huge mouth, ready to swallow him whole. In that terrifying moment, Bruno did something unbelievable. The loyal German shepherd leaped straight into the python's open mouth and bit its upper jaw with all his strength. The snake screamed in pain and shook its head violently, trying to throw Bruno off. Victory and heroes using the distraction, Carlos and Vikram fired multiple strong tranquilizer darts directly into the python's mouth. Captain Raj got up and helped tie the snake's body with heavy ropes. Slowly, the giant python's movements became weaker, and finally, it collapsed unconscious. The team cheered with relief. They carefully carried Max and the sheep on stretchers, while Bruno walked proudly beside them, tired but victorious. As they left the dark forest, sunlight broke through the trees for the first time that day, as if nature itself was celebrating. Back in the village, the community welcomed them as heroes. Max and the sheep were treated and fully recovered. The giant python was safely moved to a wildlife rescue center far away, where experts would study it without harming anyone again. Captain Raj patted Bruno's head and said, "You saved us all today, boy." Bruno wagged his tail and barked happily. The lesson this incredible true-style story shows the power of teamwork, courage, and the unbreakable bond between humans and animals. Sometimes the smallest heroes, like a brave German shepherd, make the biggest difference. Never lose hope, even when facing the biggest dangers. This story is perfect for YouTube, fast-paced, emotional, full of suspense, and easy to follow. It has clear heroes, a scary villain, and a happy ending. You can add dramatic background music, sound effects, hisses, barks, roars, and exciting visuals while narrating. Would you like me to adjust any section, add more dialogue, or make it shorter/longer? The exhausted rescue team finally stepped out of the dark wood forest as the sun began to set. Villagers who had been waiting anxiously at the edge rushed forward with tears in their eyes. They're back. They saved them. Max, the injured German shepherd, was carefully placed on a stretcher. The little sheep, now named Luna, was gently carried by Dr. Mira. Bruno walked proudly beside Captain Raj, his fur dirty but his tail wagging with pride. The entire village had gathered. Children clapped, women brought fresh food and water, and the village elder placed garlands around the team's necks. "You are our real heroes," he said emotionally. For the first time in months, the villagers felt safe again. That night, a big celebration was held with music, dancing, and stories of bravery being told around a warm bonfire. The mystery deepens the next morning. While treating Max and Luna at the village clinic, Dr. Myra made a shocking discovery. Inside the python's mouth, before it was moved, she found a strange metal collar with numbers on it. "Captain, this python wasn't wild," she said seriously. "Someone was keeping it as a pet, and it escaped." The team was stunned. Vikram added, "That means this giant snake might not be the only one. There could be more out there." Captain Raj immediately contacted the forest department. They learned that a rich, illegal wildlife trader had been smuggling exotic snakes into the area. The giant python had grown too big and dangerous, so it was released into the forest, where it started eating local animals. Now the team had a new mission: stop the smugglers before more monsters were released. Tracking the real villains with Bruno's incredible sense of smell, the team followed a hidden trail behind the forest. They discovered an old abandoned warehouse deep in the hills. Using night vision cameras, they saw armed men loading crates filled with snakes. "This is bigger than we thought," Carlos whispered. Bruno growled softly as he smelled danger. Suddenly, one of the guards spotted them. A chase began through the dark warehouse. The team ran between giant cages while dangerous snakes hissed around them. Vikram slipped and fell near a cobra, but Bruno bravely jumped in and distracted the snake, giving Vikram time to escape. Captain Raj and Carlos overpowered two guards, while Dr. Mira recorded everything on her phone as proof. They managed to free several trapped animals before the police, who had been called earlier, arrived with sirens blaring. Final showdown: the leader of the smugglers tried to escape in a jeep, but Captain Raj blocked his path. A tense fight followed. The smuggler was strong, but the rescue team worked together perfectly. Bruno even jumped into the jeep and grabbed the man's arm, holding him until the police handcuffed him. In the end, the entire smuggling gang was arrested. The police thanked the team and promised strict action against wildlife crime. The giant python was safely taken to a national sanctuary where it would live in a massive enclosure and never hurt anyone again. Max had recovered enough to stand up and lick Bruno's face, a happy brotherly reunion that melted everyone's hearts. A new beginning. 1 week later, the village held a special awards ceremony. Captain Raj, Dr. Mira, Vikram, Carlos, and especially Bruno received medals of bravery. Little Luna the sheep now lived happily with her new family, and Max had become the village's protector along with his brother Bruno. The forest department declared the Darkwood area safe again. The rescue team promised to continue helping animals in need across the country. As the sun rose on a peaceful morning, Captain Raj looked at his team and said, "We didn't just save 2 animals. We saved an entire village and stopped a big crime." Bruno barked happily as if he understood every word. The final message: true heroes don't always wear capes, sometimes they wear fur and wagging tails. Never give up when facing danger, because courage and teamwork can defeat even the biggest python. Share this story if you believe in animal heroes. The story of the brave rescue team spread like wildfire across the country. News channels showed footage of Bruno attacking the giant python, and within days, the team received a special invitation from the National Wildlife Protection Agency. Captain Raj, Dr. Mira, Vikram, Carlos, and Bruno were flown to the capital city. At the grand award ceremony, the president himself honored them. Bruno received a Special Animal Hero of the Year medal, the first dog in the country to get it. But during the celebration, they got urgent news. Similar giant snake sightings had started in 2 other states. The smuggling network was larger than they thought. The team looked at each other and said together, "We're not done yet." The road trip adventure. The very next day, The team packed their jeep and began a 1,200-kilometer journey across mountains and rivers. Bruno sat in the front seat like a co-pilot, barking excitedly at every new sight. Along the way, they stopped at small villages to spread awareness. Children gathered around Bruno, and Dr. Mira taught them how to stay safe in forests. In one village, they rescued a family of deer trapped in illegal nets. In another, they helped a farmer whose goats were being taken by smaller pythons. Every stop made them stronger as a team. Vikram learned better tracking skills. Carlos upgraded their equipment with new cameras and drones, and Max, now fully healed, joined them as the second German Shepherd. The bond between the two dogs and the humans grew deeper with every challenge. The hidden snake farm. After 3 days of traveling, Bruno's nose led them to a secret location deep in the hills, a massive illegal snake farm hidden behind fake farmland. Hundreds of pythons of different sizes were kept in dirty cages. Some were being starved to make them more aggressive. The team was horrified. "This is cruel," Dr. Mira said with tears. They quietly called the police, but decided to act immediately when they saw workers loading giant snakes into trucks. A dangerous nighttime raid followed. The team used sleeping darts and nets while Bruno and Max bravely distracted the guard dogs. Captain Raj climbed a water tank to cut the electricity, plunging the entire farm into darkness and causing chaos for the smugglers. The biggest battle just when they thought they had won, the biggest python they had ever seen, almost 30 feet long, broke free from its cage. It was the king of the farm, even larger than the first one. The giant snake attacked with full force. It wrapped around Carlos and started squeezing. Bruno and Max jumped on its body together, biting and pulling to save their friend. Dr. Mira quickly gave the snake a strong sedative injection, while Vikram and Captain Raj used heavy ropes. In the middle of the fight, Captain Raj slipped and fell into a deep pit filled with smaller snakes. Everyone screamed, but Bruno, without any fear, jumped into the pit, protected his leader, and barked loudly until the others could pull Captain Raj out safely. After 25 minutes of intense struggle, the giant king python was finally secured. The police arrived and arrested all the smugglers. The entire illegal operation was shut down forever, a legacy of courage. With the mission successfully completed, the team returned home as legends. The rescued snakes were sent to proper sanctuaries. The two German shepherds, Bruno and Max, and little Luna the sheep, became stars on social media. The government created a new animal rescue force and made Captain Raj's team the founding members. Schools started inviting them to tell their story so children could learn about wildlife protection and bravery. 1 year later, the village built a beautiful memorial statue of Bruno standing on the giant python. Under the statue were the words, "Real heroes have 4 legs and a heart full of courage." The team continued their work, traveling across the country, saving animals, and fighting against wildlife crime. Bruno, Max, and Luna lived happily ever after in a big green farmhouse, always ready for the next adventure. Final message for you: this is not just a story, it's a reminder that one brave step can change everything. Whether you have 2 legs or 4, courage and teamwork can defeat any monster. If you loved Bruno's bravery, share this video and comment your favorite section below. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because the rescue team's next mission is coming soon. One peaceful morning, Captain Raj received a surprising call from Interpol. The snake smuggling gang they had destroyed was only a small part of a much bigger international criminal network. Rare and dangerous snakes were being sold to private zoos and black market buyers across Asia and Europe. The team was shocked. "This fight is bigger than our country now," Captain Raj told everyone. Bruno and Max barked as if they understood the urgency. Within 48 hours, the entire team, along with the 2 brave German shepherds and little Luna, boarded a special flight to join an international rescue mission in a dense rainforest in Southeast Asia. New land, new dangers. The humid jungle was completely different from their home forest. Giant mosquitoes buzzed everywhere, and the trees were so tall they blocked the sunlight. Local rescuers welcomed them and shared frightening stories of even larger pythons and missing people. Bruno and Max immediately got to work. Their powerful noses picked up the scent of snakes within minutes. The team discovered a secret underground facility hidden beneath an old rubber plantation. Inside were hundreds of crates ready to be shipped to different countries. Dr. Mira's eyes widened when she saw baby pythons being trained to attack on command. "This is not just smuggling, this is creating living weapons," she said angrily. The ultimate test while gathering evidence. The team was suddenly trapped. The smugglers had activated security systems and released several huge pythons inside the underground tunnels. The lights went out. Water started flooding the corridors. In the total darkness, Bruno and Max became the real heroes. They guided the team through the narrow tunnels using their excellent senses. When a massive 28-foot python attacked Carlos, both dogs fought side by side, barking, biting, and dodging until Vikram could fire the tranquilizer gun. Captain Raj carried an injured local rescuer on his back, while Dr. Mira performed emergency first aid in the middle of the chaos. The entire team showed incredible courage and teamwork under extreme pressure. Global victory with the help of international police forces. They successfully raided the underground facility. All the smugglers were arrested, and thousands of snakes were rescued and sent to proper conservation centers. The mastermind behind the entire network, a rich criminal known as the Serpent King, was finally caught. During the final confrontation, Bruno once again proved his bravery. When the Serpent King tried to escape in a speedboat, Bruno leaped from the dock and grabbed his leg, holding him until the police arrived. The whole world watched this moment on live news. Bruno instantly became an international superstar. Homecoming and forever heroes. After 2 months abroad, the team finally returned home as true global heroes. Airports welcomed them with flowers and cheering crowds. The president awarded them the highest civilian honor, and Bruno and Max received special gold medals with their names engraved. Luna the sheep now lives like a princess in a beautiful green meadow. Max and Bruno have become proud fathers. Their puppies are being trained to join future rescue missions. The village built a big rescue animal academy where children and young dogs learn about bravery, wildlife protection, and teamwork. Captain Raj looked at his team on their last evening together and said, "We started with one giant python and ended up changing the world." Dr. Myra smiled and added, "And we'll keep protecting animals as long as we can." The grand finale message: this story proves that real heroes are not superhumans, they are ordinary people and loyal animals who choose to stand up when others are scared. One small village, one brave German shepherd, and one determined team showed the world what is possible when we fight for what is right. Thank you for watching the full 20-section story. If Bruno's courage touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe. Drop your favorite section number in the comments. Next big mission coming soon. Stay tuned.